What's up? I'm going to show you guys my typical zero carb meal. So I'm going to break this down into 3 components. 1, my protein source. 2, my fat source. And 3, my super vitamin organ meat source. So bear in mind, the protein source also has a lot of vitamins. The fat source also has a lot of vitamins and sometimes has protein such as foie gras or cheese. And my super high vitamin food typically also has some fat or protein. So let's start with the protein. I have a ribeye steak here. Typically I have a ribeye steak, sometimes flat iron, sometimes top round, just any cheap cut of whole meat. I usually have it very rare in the center, or I'll literally just slice it raw and eat it like it's sashimi. That's pretty simple. There's nothing to really go into there. I buy my beef from New Zealand. I generally go for grass-fed beef. If you don't have access to that, it's okay to get very, very lean conventional beef. The fat source is a bit more interesting. There's a lot of variety here. Sometimes I'll have some grass-fed butter. Finlandia is my favorite company lately. Sometimes I'll have some cheese, courtesy of Switzerland. So I have some Swiss cheese here that I'm going to have with some butter for today, for example. Occasionally I'll have some other cheese, like I'm in love with this stuff lately. It's so good. I just can't eat it. I'm going to stop eating it though. I just eat too much of it. As well, so the butter and the cheese is very high in vitamin A. Like I shouldn't really have to eat any other vitamin A, but I do anyway. So we also occasionally have, I don't have it down here, but oh, here it is. This is some foie gras. And yes, I do eat this a lot. I get it wholesale. It's pretty expensive, but it's not crazy expensive. It's maybe a few dollars a day if I eat it. So foie gras is fatty goose liver. It's incredibly high in vitamin A. I think it might be one of the foods that's highest in vitamin A, actually. So I'll have this occasionally. As much as I can. I have to actually buy more, but I keep forgetting to thaw it out. I'll have this maybe 15 days out of the month, so maybe every other day. And I usually won't have that as my sole fat source. It'll just accompany another fat source. My other 2 fat sources that I don't have with me, one is marrow bones, and I did have some, but they actually went moldy in my fridge because I hate to waste food, but I was fasting for 4 days and I actually didn't think they would go bad because they were in the back of the fridge. But anyway, so sometimes I'll have bone marrow as my fat. Sometimes I'll have some Pillsbury puff pastry as my fat. But usually, so this is beef fat. Now, this is what I have when I didn't have braces, but the reason I'm not eating this now is because it gets stuck in my braces. It's impossible to clean. But this stuff, you can see it has a bit of a yellowish tinge. I'm going to cook this for you guys in a video when I get my braces off, like next year. So this stuff turns like yellow, almost orange when it's thawed out. It's really delicious. It's sweet. It's grassy. I don't get an immune reaction because there's no casein in it. I don't handle dairy too well, but I can eat high-fat dairy. Can't drink milk. So fat sources for everything. In priority of what I like to eat: bone marrow, butter, and then it's like a toss up between, no, then it's cheese, and then beef fat. And my least favorite fat is, probably is beef fat, but it's still not bad. So I think that covers the fat portion. I do absolutely love cream, but when I had my jaw surgery, I couldn't eat any solid food, so I literally ate so much cream. I was so sick. I can't stand looking at it anymore. But I'll probably actually get some cream again, and I'll like make some ice cream with egg yolks and vanilla bean. Zero carb ice cream is gonna be fucking amazing. Maybe next summer. I don't want to get too fat. I know I think I mentioned for protein I sometimes eat eggs, and that kind of happened when I was on my jaw surgery too. I hadn't eaten eggs for like years, and then I can only eat soft foods and eggs was in it, so I started eating eggs, and I really do like eggs. So high vitamin food now. So my vitamin D3 supplement is held in MCT oil, so it's technically fat. But I take a vitamin D3 supplement every day because I don't always get sun. If I do get sun, I won't take it, but that only happens like 10% of the year, where I'm out in the sun for 2 or 3 hours of the day. Another high vitamin food I take is cod liver oil. This is what I usually do. If I eat foie gras, I won't take cod liver oil, because the cool thing is, if I eat the foie gras, I don't have to eat of another high vitamin food because it's so high in vitamin A. I'll just have steak and foie gras and I'll call it a day. But this is very high in vitamin A, and it has some vitamin D as well. No. So I have some elk liver here and some kidney, which I'm not really going to show you guys because I think it's wrapped up pretty well. Oh, look what I have here. I know I just showed you guys cod liver oil, but this is actual cod liver. This is so fucking delicious. I can't find it anymore. It's where is this from? Iceland? Yeah, it's a product of Iceland. So, but this stuff is, if I could live off of like one canned food, this would be it. It's so goddamn good. But anyway, that's another high vitamin food I haven't had in a while, actually. I'll take one out for tomorrow, maybe. This is some elk liver, and the only reason I don't like, I'm gonna show you guys how much elk liver I have in my freezer. You guys are gonna think I'm nuts. I think I spent like $100 or $200 on elk liver. So this is some beef liver here, maybe 5 pounds, maybe 10 pounds of beef liver, and then this whole bottom section, I think it's like 50 pounds of elk liver. And this is like, I gotta start eating it. If you guys are in New York and you want some elk liver, hit me up, I'll sell you some for cheap. I'll sell it for you like $4 or $5 a pound. I've bought it for more than that, but I need to get rid of it at this point. So, what other high vitamin foods do I have? I made a video about salmon roe. Occasionally I'll have salmon roe. Maybe I'll have a few tablespoons of that sometimes. It comes canned, a cheaper version too. Sometimes I'll have goat brain. I know I have a goat brain video. I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. Oh, I have kidneys occasionally, heart, just organ. So basically, to sum it up, organ meats, fish, eggs, cod liver, high vitamin foods. So how my meal will look is something like this. I'll have most of this, which is 200 grams of butter, 8 ounces for you, about 7 ounces for you idiots out there. Maybe a few grams of cheese that I throw on the steak that I like. Maybe a pound of meat or so, and that's actually going to be it for today. I don't have some cod liver oil, so it looks like maybe 1,000 calories from fat, 500 from protein, and just maybe a few dozen calories from what's it called? I'll have either cod liver oil or salmon or elk liver. I usually won't combine them, and I will say that I do love the foie gras because I don't have to eat a fat source with it, and I don't have to eat a vitamin source. It knocks out 2 things. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Any questions about a typical zero carb diet? One very important thing is, I'll make another video on this, but is that I really try to keep my fat calories around like 70 to 80%. Otherwise, I eat way too much protein and my body doesn't need it. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I don't give half a shit. I wonder if I'll be saying that if my channel actually takes off. I guess maybe if my personality works like that. But anyway, thank you guys again. Enjoy the rest of your days. And any questions, feel free to ask.